So hey there again, Zak Ciotti here. I wanted to share with you one of the most interesting discoveries that I personally made way back in, 1999 or something like that? So everyone may remember the movie The Matrix with Keanu Reeves, right? Something that was totally, again, ahead of its time, really, really unique, really, really wild. Not unique in the story necessarily. It definitely slapped of things like the Terminator, or even older, you go back to the original, the first use of the word robot was actually coined by the person who invented it, and his definition was the very definition we use today, except back then, Karl Čapek, who was from Czechoslovakia, former Czechoslovakia, he actually coined the term based on the term, which sounds like the Russian robota, which is to work, and robot would be a worker, right? And so this is someone that's a slave, a worker. It has the same sort of story back then where the workers, the robots, all rebel against humanity, and there's a miracle that saves them at the end. Very much like a lot of things that you see in modern day depictions of artificial intelligence overtaking its masters. So something that we've been warned about for a good long time here. So like I was saying, in The Matrix, there's something that I found out about because I was all obsessed with the score, the soundtrack. Anytime a movie came out back then, I would get the score, get the soundtrack, listen to it up in my attic room forever and ever, memorize everything, find songs that no one ever heard of or like, and kind of obsess over them. So there's one little detail about something that happens at the end of The Matrix. At the very end, right before Neo puts the phone down in the phone booth, there's this beautiful, like, inspiring, enlightening kind of music that's playing, and then it cuts off, and we hear Rage Against the Machine, right? It's like hard to miss that this song may have inspired the edit of this scene, something like that. Maybe like it was a scratch track, and then they got the license to use it in the film, that sort of thing. But anyway, what I discovered is that in the score, not the soundtrack, in the score, that is the composed music that didn't have like modern pop music in it, or death metal and that sort of thing. The score of The Matrix actually had music that extended past the time that Neo puts the phone down. And so I had been thinking about doing this for a super long time, and then just recently I thought to myself, well, I mean, literally every idea has been thought of and posted on YouTube, so I'll just look for it and see if someone did it. And sure enough, here it is. So I'm going to watch it with you right now.
You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going
exciting
to end.
Monologue right
I
here.
came here to tell you how it's going to
Truly,
begin.
they could have just ended
I'm
with
going
this
to
first
hang up
movie.
this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world
So
where
profound.
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. It's the name of the song on the soundtrack.
Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Okay, here it is. Listen up. So cool, right? And so, anyway, thanks to Cryptic Spider-Man out there on YouTube, we have this awesome example of what it could have looked like with an original score. This is something that a lot of people these days will lament when they know that some amazing composer has written a bunch of original music to fill in all these beautiful scenes. Like, for example, I heard that in the movie Super Mario Brothers that just came out a couple of years ago now, a year ago or so, that animated feature by Illumination apparently did have a pretty big, lengthy score custom for the film. And if you remember in the movie, there are a lot of really cool original
like medleys and new versions of original Mario Brothers soundtrack kind of music. And so when they add all these different songs, as cool as they are, as memorable as they are, and that sort of thing, it really feels like it takes away from what the original composer had dreamt up, and it's to me it feels like it's really stepping on their toes. So I promise that if I have a song in mind, I'm not going to replace it with something that is pop culture in mind. So I hope that I never am faced with a situation where I am with a composer and I am telling him, oh, we're going to actually replace your music with this new pop song because people are wanting it to sound more poppy and that sort of thing. So anyway, thank you for watching. This has been an enlightening experience. I almost feel like I should put on some sunglasses and fly out.